What's up, everybody? Welcome to the iProv vlog. I am Jordan Smith, VP of Sales and Marketing at iProv. As always, I've got Patrick Laughlin, our COO, with us also. What's up, Pat?
What's up, Joe? How are you today?
I'm doing good. We've got a special topic today. Listen, I feel like all of our topics are special. They're like they're little snowflakes. They're like all of our children. They're very special and precious. But I like this one quite a bit. And today we're going to be talking about ROR,
Joe. ROR.
Yeah. Return on relationship.
Yeah.
So everybody's heard of, most people probably heard of return on relationship. A lot of people know ROI, but talk about return on relationship, what it means to you a little bit, Pat.
Well, I really like this term. I like it on a couple different levels. From a sales perspective, I think relationships are hugely important. I know that there are salespeople out there that will challenge me on that. They'll tell me, building a relationship is not a salesperson's job. I would tell them it absolutely is. In fact, that's the entire job. And depending on what you sell, the depth of that relationship is what changes. If it's a shallow product, it's a shallow relationship. If it's something that requires a long sales cycle, that better be a pretty deep relationship, because you got to have a lot of trust for those kinds of sales. So the salespeople who would disagree with me, don't at me. But the return on relationship is a little different than traditional ROI, return on investment, because that's just about dollars and cents. And return on relationships often create dollars and cents, but they create a whole lot more. And in fact, can be a whole lot more powerful with time. And the other thing I love about it is that it's sort of a universal metric. Yes, it works in sales, but it also works with traditional management. If you're building relationships with your team, with the people that work for you, you're building goodwill that ultimately helps you get the work done better. It invests them in solving problems for you, and ultimately it helps sales too, because you've got these built-in brand ambassadors that know the company better than anybody and will actively go out and sell it. So,
and I know, I know there's a lot of talk recently, and I'm a big believer in it, that, the best type of sales strategy is that challenger type of sell. And we'll do a video on that eventually, I'm sure. But, coming in and kind of challenging the perception of the person that you're trying to sell to. That doesn't mean that you can't build a relationship with those people. It's just a different relationship. So for some of those people out there that are thinking, all right, well, that means I've got to spend 8 hours a day on a golf course with 3 different people. No, not necessarily. We're just talking about relationships in general, not becoming their best buddy, right? It's just figuring out what type of relationship, one, you want with them, and 2, what's going to bring the most value on both sides of that? Because ROI is typically measured through organic engagement, community management. It's just value, and we keep going back to that. And value isn't, like you said, necessarily a dollar in your pocket or new sales. It's value. If you're giving more value than you get in any interaction, you're going to get a return on that relationship.
That's exactly it. And I would tell you that sort of fostering that is even simpler, because I think it comes down to one word. I think that people in a leadership or in a sales role or in any sort of customer facing role just need to make this their mantra. And the word is listen. Listen, 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 listen. Everybody wants to feel like they are being listened to, that they are being heard, acknowledged, and listening, it engages people. If they know you're listening, they're going to talk more. The more they talk, the more they will tell you what they want to buy, particularly from a sales perspective, or the more they will tell you what will make their job better, what will make them more loyal to your company. That's where the value is created. It's just intentionally listening and making sure that they feel like they've been heard. You can't make every suggestion. As much as we try to democratize our businesses, sometimes you just can't open the floor up for all input. but you can at least acknowledge that you heard them, that you took it under advisement. And although, you know, it's not the thing that you're going to do right now, it is something that you're looking at down the road. The value you extract, you know, is that loyalty. It is recommendations from your centers of influence or from your employees. A lot of times it's new ideas. You know, that if you're open and they're open because you're listening, they're going to tell you what they think will generate new revenue for you. And ultimately, you know, that's why people spend their dollars. You know, people only buy what they were going to buy anyway. And so if you can get them to tell you what they want to buy, it's a whole lot easier to sell them something.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and I love that. If you're talking more than 20% of the time, you're doing it wrong. So listen, and they'll tell you what they value instead of you just shooting and hoping that you hit on something randomly. They'll let you know either directly or indirectly what their core values are, how they buy, what they care about, and just what they value in general. So again, if you're going into any interaction just trying to build a relationship, chances are you're going to be fine, whether that becomes a sale, whether that person becomes an advocate, whether that person becomes a mentor. I've been in those situations too, where stepped into an environment trying to sell somebody something and ended up helping me out way more than just buying whatever I was trying to sell them, because of some of the things that you're talking about, Pat. So some tactics that I want to make sure we don't gloss over. Add value to any interaction. Just go into it saying, how can I add more value to this individual than they've gotten in any other 30-minute meeting or any other phone call that they've had with somebody or any other email that they've gotten from anybody today. And I love that what Pat said also. Listen. You know, go into it with the thought of, I'm going to learn as much about this individual as possible in the amount of time that this person's chosen to give me. You're gonna come out on the other side of it okay, whether it ends up in a sale or not.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a simple equation. You know, give more value than you get in return, and more value will flow your way through other sources. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Roar, everybody. Return on relationship. Hey, like, comment, share, let us know, tag somebody that you've met with that's added value in one of these interactions. Love to be able to hear from you guys out there about how this has worked for y'all individually. All right, like, comment, follow, share, especially if we've earned it. Keep watching. Subscribe on YouTube. We put these out 3 days a week, so hit that subscription. And until next time, thanks, Pat.
Thanks,
Peace
Joe.
be.